Hello, Will here, and today we are back in the Skyrim, but this time we're not here for a Alashadi episode. We are here for a walkthrough. Now this is a walkthrough for the latest mod, or co-created by me, because it was me, Oral J, and 3 members on my Discord, the Spider78, the Spirit, and unfortunately, I can never remember her name because she keeps changing her damn name. I will find out for you. So I want to make sure I get everyone's name. So obviously there was me, Oracle J, Spirit, Spider78, and Jessica Svetlaniva. I have no idea how you pronounce your last name. I probably completely and utterly butchered it. I do apologise. But yeah, so this was a mod that was kind of like co-created between all of us. Obviously, I did the main building of it, but Oral Core J, for example, contributed some aspects of some of the designs and some, that kind of aspects to it there, some story aspects. Same with the Spider and Spirit and Jessica. They kind of contributed like kind of story aspects and this and that and the other. So it's a joint effort. So we are going to be getting into that in this video, but before we get into that, I do actually want to create a new character. Now I'm not showing up a mod for this. I just wanted to create a new character because Bree's been around for a little while, so I wanted to create someone new. Have a new character, have a new fresh face. Whether Pre will be coming back or not, I don't know yet. But as of at the moment, we're giving Pre a bit of a rest. So we're going to create someone new. Now, I don't know which race I'm going to pick yet, so we're going to have a look. I currently have my Adventurous Weapon Pack Volume 3 running, so that gives me a bunch of new races to mess around with. So I've got Dryad race, I've got the Chinkiniki race, the Kermer, the Malkazi, the Rusolka, the Seremun, and the Tigra. Who do I want to go for? Let's have a look. So the Tigra branched off of the Khajiit many years ago. They lived in isolation on a small island west of the Elsewhere coast. In that time, the Tigra honed their skills in close range and long-range combat. The Tigra have a taller structure compared to their standard Khajiit counterparts. Maybe the Tigra. Seremun. The Seremun are magical prodigies, but nobody knows exactly where they came from. Some say they came from areas itself, and others say that they came to life via the moons. In the common tongue, the name Seremun roughly translates to sailors and moonlight, giving more credibility to the theory that their origins are linked with Massa and Secunda. Ooh, interesting. I say that like I don't know. Oh, it's been a while since I've read some of these, so I can't remember all of the details. The Rusolka are natural-born vampires that arrived on Nirn in the second era of 583 when Tamriel was attacked by the dead Prince Moloch Bol. When Moloch Bol's attack was halted, not all the Rusolka were able to travel back to the dead realm Cold Harbor, so they remained on Tamriel. Okay, not too interested in the Rusolka, to be honest. Right, the Malkazi. The Malkazi come from the lands of Akavir. All Malkazi are born with the ability to transform into a lycanthrope and born with a natural resistance to fire. All Malkazi are taught at a young age how to tap into the power of the beast without the need to transform, and combine that power with the inner fire that grants them their resistance. Don't know about the Malkazi. The only my problem is if I want to try and give this new character some kind of backstory or something like just for a bit of fun, Problem is the Makazi come from Akabir, and I don't know a lot about Akabir. So it's like, but I don't know. Maybe. The Kurma, otherwise known as Iron Elves in the common tongue, hail from an archipelago just off the coast of Binadonia. The Kurma do share some similar traits with the Dunmer, despite being more closely related to the Maomr. Due to their more isolated living, the Kurma have incredible durability and make for powerful warriors, and have a dexterity to match. Okay. I'm not going to do the Jinkiniki because of how the Jinkiniki work. But the Jinkiniki's origins are unknown, no one knows from where they hail from. The other races of the Tamriel view the Jinkiniki as a parasite race, as the Jinkiniki have seemed to have inherited or stolen traits from the other races of Tamriel. So they're kind of a mixture, they're kind of all mixture Jinkiniki. But the reason why they work a bit differently is because they can't naturally regenerate health, stamina, or magicka. So if you want to get your health back up, you either have to use potions or you have to use magic. You can't do it with just waiting for it to regenerate. And Dryads of the folk of the forest can be found all across Tamriel, from High Rock down to Black Marsh. They are often mistaken for being bosmen due to their similar appearance, but they're not being mistaken, as the Dryad are efficient in using magic and stealth. See, Dryad is tempting. It is tempting. But we've also got to think about what gender we are going to want this character to be. So, now I told you I don't actually have an actual coin on me, but lucky enough, I can just use a simulated coin. So I've got on my phone, I have a coin flipper simulator thing on my phone. Just to prove it, if you can listen carefully. Right, that is the sound of the coin flipper. That was quite a big flip. That's just a test run, just to show that I am actually doing this rather than just saying that I've done it. I did it. Wink, wink. But right, so we're gonna flip this simulated coin now. See, now I could be a bit sexist, I suppose I could say, by being like, wow, we're gonna if it lands on head, we're gonna play as a woman because women give head, and if it lands on tails, it's gonna be a man because men are always chasing tail. So I could say it like that, but that would just make me seem like the bad guy. But no, I'm just gonna go if it lands on heads, we're gonna have a play as a male. If it lands on tails, we're gonna play as a female. There you go, bada bing, bada boom. So heads, male, tails, female. It's still going. We are playing as. We are on tails. So we are playing as a female. Question is now, what race? I am tempted to wedge in Jinkiniki because I will be going to get something else. You know what, screw it. We are going to play as a Jinkiniki because I'm going to be getting something to make this a bit easier for me, because I'm not going to be able to do Cuckoo at a really low level. It's not going to be possible. So I'm going to need to get some buffs to help me out. So, you know what, screw it. Let's play as a Jinkiniki, and we're going to be wide and long face. Nay, apparently. I know, that was an absolutely terrible fucking joke. done. We're done with that character. Go, finish your name. And she will be called Era. So E-I-R-A. We have Era. Yeah, and here we are with Era. Right. Let's just get a few bits and bobs sorted out now. So, go for harvest. Let's get down the favorites. Kinnicky eye in the favorites. Reaping in the favorites. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, and I do need to actually get my blah 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 blah. Get my HUD back on a little bit. Blah 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 blah. And then we are going to go for. What are we going to go for? The Old Stone. There's on the Son of the Lord, I'm more resistant to both magic and physical damage. We shall accept the sign of the Lord Stone because. Okay. Okay. Next thing we are going to do, we are actually going to go and start in a faction, and we are not faction. What am I on about? Not about a faction. Could go owning a property, but I'm gonna not worry about the property. Though that would help with money, so I'm gonna need that at one point. Okay, well apparently, oh, well, how can what? I'm over encumbered. How? How am I over? Oh, wait a minute. It's the. No, it's not. What? Hold on. I appear to be over encumbered by something. What the fuck am I over encumbered by? Oh, okay. Well, I seem to have 2,532. Yeah, I can't seem to drop it for some reason. Okay. Oh yeah, because you can't drop money, can you? Shit. Okay, this might take a minute. Anyway, but yeah, so the whole point of this video is not to watch me slowly walk to my house. Is we are going to do Cuckoo, I just need to drop off some money. I think I know what it's done. I know what it's done. But it might have actually fucked up. Okay, right. I'll be back once I've got this problem sorted out. Alright. Got that problem solved. So now I'm actually able to move around properly. And no problems whatsoever. Right. I still need to go and get off one little thing, but I'll do that off camera, so to speak. But right, so on to the actual Cuckoo mod itself. So this is a story mod, it is a quest mod kind of thing, but obviously once again it doesn't work like a normal quest. It doesn't it doesn't give you the quest markers and this, that and the other kind of thing. No, you don't get that much of a help of an assistance with it. But you can, it does say in the description, you kind of gives you a rough idea where you need to go to start with. But if you want to do it in a more immersive kind of light, you can find a note in any of the major inns, basically any of the inns in the major cities. So, for example, in Solitude it would be in the Winking Skeever, in Whiterun it would be the Bannered Mare, So the inns in the cities, you'll find notes, little note like this on the bar, called, and it basically says, read, pregnant woman missing. And so this gives you like a little rundown of the premise of the start of the story, and to also kind of give you an idea where you need to go first. Today, Seren of Dawnstar has gone missing, and local Dawnstar residents are now concerned for her well-being. Seren's husband, Russleaf, has been arrested and held in the Dawnstar jail for questioning. No news has been reported so far as to whether Russleaf has confessed to a crime or is keeping any details to himself. Local residents are shocked at this news, as Seren was said to have been pregnant at the time of her disappearance. The Dawnstar City Guard has closed off Russleaf's house to the public until further notice. The city guard are also asking that if anyone has any information on the possible whereabouts of Seren or what happened at the time of disappearance, to inform the local guard. Ugh. There was now there was supposed to be a thing at the bottom of this that was supposed to introduce a courier service just for a bit of fun. Fortunately, for some reason it didn't work. I typed it up and it doesn't show up on here. It might be I typed it. I probably most likely typed it incorrectly, but or it just doesn't work on letters. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it might not work on this kind of HUD of the paper rather than a book. But right, so yeah, so that just gives like a general rundown of where you need to go and how this whole story starts. So I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna get one last thing, and then I will see you all at the Dawn Star. Alright, and here we are in Dawn Star. So this is sort of the main point where the mod starts. Though obviously you can find that letter, but this is where you start sort of like getting to the point of it all. Now, obviously it said about Rustleaf's house, and okay, I have this to help me distinguish where Rustleaf's house is. This isn't part of the Cuckoo mod, this is part of something else. But basically, you're looking for this house. Now, as you can see, it is locked. It's still locked. It's not unlocked. It is locked. It did say that they closed it off. So yeah, you could, sneak and unlock it, break in, la la la. But I got a problem. I do not have any lockpicks, so I can't go breaking in because I can't do it because I don't have a lockpick. So what happens if you come here and there's no lockpicks? Now, this is one thing where it doesn't give you any indication anywhere about this, of any sort. But why I'm going to show you a way to get into Rusty's house if you don't have lockpicks. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to leave Dawnstar. You've just got here and already I'm leaving. Da, da, da. But no. So you're going to leave Dawnstar, you're going to start heading towards basically where the Dawnstar Sanctuary for the Dark Brotherhood is. So obviously you can see where you got the little symbol of the herd. Now you're going to start realising, wait a minute, there'll be a bit of blood on that rock. Maybe we're going, oh, maybe that's normal. Maybe it's a Dark Brotherhood. Maybe that sanctuary. Oh, there's a bit more blood on here. Oh, okay. Maybe it could still be okay. There's a bit more blood here. Okay, maybe it isn't Dawnstar Sanctuary, but it is going up this way. And you say, oh, there's a bit more. Okay, there's a bit more blood here. Oh, there's a ring here. Oh, look at that. There's a dead. Oh, look at that. It's Seren. All right. So you can see this is obviously where Seren's body ended up. It ended up out here. Now there's two things here. One, I can search her body, take her money, because she ain't gonna need it, is she? And this is the main thing I came here for, is the key to Rusty's house. She still has a key. So if you don't have any lockpicks, you can come to this point here, find her, get his key, and then you can enter the building. But I'm also actually going to take the ring, because it's like, why not? The ring is now mine. But another thing that is here is in the bar. Is you see here we've got a thing called activate inspect body. So the main core mechanic for Cuckoo is you have these activate spots, or what I've referred to them as is investigate spots, and these basically help relay you information in the ways of, sort of like the story. It gives you like little insights to possibly what's going on and this and that and the other. And then sometimes some of them, when you activate them, it might add a map marker to your map or gives you an indication of where you need to go next. So they're quite key to finding out where you need to go, but not all of them. Some of them are just there to just build up story. As like for example, this one is this one here is just a build-up story a little bit. I have found the body of Rusty's wife. She appears to not have any marks on her body. How is this so? I have heard whispers in the city that she was pregnant at the time of her death. Maybe the blood wasn't hers. So it is a wee bit grim. But the main point going to there is to basically get the key. There's no point in trying to save Sarah, and she's dead. So there ain't no point in trying to save her. Oh, Lord, just look at that. There's a bit more blood right there. How lovely. Yeah, so there's no point. I mean, yeah, you might, you do have to ask. Well, how the hell did you not see anything? Harlog. Eh? But then, he was asleep. No, but now that I have a key to get in, we are going to try and sneak in if we can. Hopefully, well, attempt to sneak in. Alright, now as you can see, got a bit of a crime scene going on here. It's a bit of a mess. Yes, I could take the stuff, but it's still technically classed as stealing. I'm not here to steal, I'm here to investigate. Right. Anything going on with this money? No. That money is not suspicious. But we're gonna cut the crap. Basically. So the main key areas where you're gonna obviously do your investigation is basically anywhere where you can see that there's some blood. Here, inspect the blood. The blood here looks a little fresher than the rest. I can only gather from this blood stain that the victim was dragged outside. Other than that, there isn't much else here to give any more insight into what happened here. So, not a lot going on there. And you look at the table. The blood on the table is very dry, so this is where the attack first took place. Judging by the scratches on the table, the victim was held down and with great force. The victim must have also been thrown down on the bench with enough force for the bench to break. So basically, she probably got her back broken on that bench. And inspect the blood. Not on the bed, but on the wall. Judging by the blood on the wall, the attack on the bed must have been the killing blow. There is nothing here to give any insight to what happened. Rostleaf is currently being held at Dawnstar jail. I should go and speak to him to see what he has to say. So, next we're going to go off to, basically, jail. Now that we're down in the jail, lucky enough, I don't have to worry about these guys. They're not going to be anything problem. And you can see we got Russ sleeping there. Now, you can't go in there to speak to him, but what you can do, because obviously the jail itself has slightly changed. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up to this gate, and then here you go, and then activate question Russleaf. No matter how much I try and get a response from Russleaf, he just seems to lay there. Maybe I should go and visit the Mage College in Winterhold, because if Russleaf is entranced by any form of magic, then I believe that the college could hold some information. This information would most likely be held within the college's arcanium. So obviously that's not going to add a map marker. Yeah, or at least I don't think it added me a map marker, which it would have been convenient if it did, but it didn't. But we're going to basically now going to go to the College of Winterhold. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do the whole test thing. But that's fine, I could do that. It's not going to take that long. So I will see you all when I'm actually inside the Arcanium. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly check something, because I've had to go off and I've actually had to go and download another mod. Because unfortunately, something on mine has bugged out, and Ferolda doesn't appear here. So technically, to a degree, I can't actually enter the college. because the door remains locked and requires a key until you've done her little test thing. So I'm hoping that. Okay, and the good thing is that there is no invisible bloody wall on this thing. So yeah, but lucky enough, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I've gotten to where I need to get to. So bosh. Hey, matey. Actually, what is that behind him? Oh, the wind howlers. Oh, nice to meet you. Kuka pika mate. Alright, so when you're here, we're not looking for this. I still don't even understand how this thing bloody works anyway. But anyway, we're not here for that. We are here for is this. We are here for the book called The Boreal. Now, the Boreal was written, technically, by Spider78. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it is a bit lengthy. It's a little bit lengthy. So I don't want to drag it out. But what I will do is, well, obviously I'll do a whole bit where it's like you can pause it now, read it. So you can pause it at those points to read it in your own time. But what I'll do is I will read the first page, just to give you an idea. Night drifted today. It's a Zachary delight and sanctity for the wizard in mourning, casually retreating against the inundation of dawn's life-giving waves. Exiled to Hyperborea from an unforgiving world, sits in the remnants of a huge palace, empty and desolate. Only his maid-in-waiting, Gretchen, to speak to. It sounds very old English, but we're going to take the book because screw you people in the Arcanum. Actually, where is even York? York ain't even here. It's only this dude. Okay, well, it's only this dude. Oh, God he knows. Anyway, the book sounds very old English. Right, so we're just gonna get out here. Now, apart from obviously giving some little bit of a story, it gives you a little bit, not so much story that's tied directly to this mod, but it gives you a bit of a background on an area we're about to go to. But when you do read that book, it does add a map marker to an abandoned jetty. So we're going to fast travel to abandoned jetty, and this is going to get us to our next location. Now, we've got to deal with this wolf. Right, that's the wolf dealt with. No, we're right. Jetty. We're just going to go look here, and we're going to... It says open Skyrim, but don't worry. This will take us to where we need to go. Alright, and here we are. This is where we needed to go. So you can see the college is over there. Now we look on the map, we are about here. Now there is no map marker for this place to get to where I am now. It's literally, you can swim there technically, but you'll need to know where you're swimming to be able to find it. But as you can see, this is where I am. There's a jetty, and there's the college moving all over there. Bosh. Alright, I'm going to jump up. So first off, we're going to get this thing opened here. But just before we go in there, we are going to actually walk over here. Because over here is a unique weapon for the mod of the Washtar Astra. Now it doesn't normally do that much damage. It's only doing that much damage because of the armor I've got currently on. That's the only reason why it does that much damage. In generally, its damage is it's a much more balanced weapon. But yeah, so we got the Rashtar Astra, very flimmer one, and so we're in this place. We are going to come across a whole bunch of weapons, which all the weapons for their designs. It was a contribution from pretty much everybody on this one. So we're going to go and find them. But we got 9 weapons altogether to find in Hyperborea. But the first place we go to is the Grand Hall. Hooray! Alright, here I'm in the Grand Hall of Hyperborea. It's very cold in here. Very cold. Ooh. Cold as ice. Ice everywhere. But now we're going to start finding some very unusual things. Got some ruined hand wraps. Ruined. So we're going to have a look at those. So as you can see, some ruined hand wraps. So we're going to come across a bunch of ruined items now. We are going to come across a bunch of that. Now, actually, there is a little thing that Oral added in, because he did a lot. He was the one who came up with the design, who worked out the design for some of the things that are going to be coming up later on, as well as some things that you can find here. And one thing he did add in, for example, was this little urn. So if we look in this urn, you'll find some more stuff. So we got some ruined clothes, ruined undergarments, and some ruined gloves. But these ones have got the fingers on them, rather than them being fingerless. It's safe to say that with the ruined undergarments, for example, you can't really wear anything else with them. You have to wear them just as they are, like that. The clothes are obviously are clothes, so you can wear them as like normal, as your normal kind of thing. But if we go over to this side, apart from we got a normal little chest here. We're going to take that. That's about it. We also want to grab this before it disappears out of the snow. And grab that. Ooh. And here we are with the Agni Astra. Ooh, that's a funky looking weapon. But where are we? Here we are. And the Agni Astra. It's a very funky looking weapon. Funkalicious. Right. If we look on here, we got some more ruined robes. So, we take some robes, why not? We're going to take some ruined shoes. We got a dead guy here. Teridia Strelzen. He's got this hood thing. I'm going to have your hood. Your hood is mine, motherfucker. We've even got a ring. Cool. And then Frozen Corpse, which technically is this dude here. The person has been here for a long time, so now it's difficult to determine the cause of death. Judging by all other frozen bodies around the area, it does seem to be that some form of fight broke out. But it's very difficult to determine how long ago all of this happened. Well, yeah, would be a bit difficult to determine, because then everybody's frozen. Oh, they're a wee bit frozen. And we got another chest in here. I'll take your money. We've got an ice race to deal with. Smack him one. We go up here. If you look down here, we got another weapon. We got the Narayanastra. Then we're going to take the Narayanastra. Have a little look at it. There we go. Narayanastra. Very big, powerful axe. Here we go here. Got another little chest. A bit of money. Another ice wraith. Another smack. Now there is actually a little journal down here. Damaged journal. So this is more story. This is more of a story aspect to there's some person who was obviously here at some point, I would say. Many of the pages have been damaged by the ice over time, but there is still some writing that is readable. Tonight is my last night here, as I believe that they intend to expel me from this place, as I have been summoned to a judgment gathering. I didn't want it to come to this, but my work is too important to me. My master's time has to come to an end, and it has to be tonight. I have gotten better. The writing here is unreadable, but one of them is all I need. Tonight I will have, again, the writing is unreadable. From the shadows of a higher vantage point, I will strike the head of the table. The rest of the pages are too badly damaged to interpret. So yeah, so obviously there's some missing details in that book, because it's been damaged by the ice over the years, obviously. So, you gotta try and fill in the blanks. We can't do it with this dude. So we're going to take him out, because we can't do it with him. But, before we leave this area, we want to come up to here, to the end bit, sort of end of the table, because up here, we have another weapon. We have the Gather. We got another axe called Gather. So this is the Gather axe. Funkier? Funkier. Right, so we're going to move on to the next area. This is just up here. There, as you can see, there is an ice reef there, but we don't need to worry about him. So we need to come up here, get through here, and into here. Right. It's a bloody ice cave. Brr, very cold. But as you might have just seen, we got another thing here. We have the Devastra. So we're going to take that. We'll have a look at it. And there we go. There we are. The Devastra. Again, very funky. We love funky weapons. So let us carry on, shall we? Right. Okay, well, there's something with a bit of familiarity. But if we look at it, inspect statue. Ooh. This statue is also covered in the strange rooms, just like the clothes. But it does not give any clues to what the rooms are. Nope. No, it doesn't say anything, it's just they're there. Ruining about. I know that was a terrible freaking pun, but the fact it made absolutely no sense. Alright, I think there might be some ice reefs in here, or is it? Or it might be in the next part actually. What's in the box? Oh, some more rude items. We don't actually have a Rune Hood, so we're going to have Rune Hood. But we've also got some Mimic Weave Plate Armor. So there are also, it's not just clothing that has been given the ruined treatment. There is also some armors that have also been given the ruined treatment. So we'll just have a little look at that. We'll have a look at that armor very quickly. Why not? So let's have a look. So we'll have a look at the armor, because that's the one I'm more interested in looking at. So here we are. So the Mimic Weave Plate Armor. Kaboom. So as you can see, it is based off the Dark Seducer armor. So obviously you will need the Saints and Seducers Creation Club mod installed and the Fishing mod installed. But those came free with when they released the anniversary edition to the game. So you'll most likely have it. So you will most likely not run into any problems in regards to that. But once again, all the rude items were created by Oracle J, and all the weapons I'm finding at the moment were literally created by everyone who worked on this project. Now we have the Brahmastra and an Ice Wraith. I knew there was one in here. Come here. I knew there was one in here somewhere. But we're going to pull that out from the snow. And ooh, that's a very purple sword. So purpley. Boom. I'm not even going to bother looking at that in menu because you can bloody see it. Alright, let's have a look. I'm sure there's some more Ice Wraiths around here somewhere. Around here somewhere. So we've got more ruined clothes. Oh. Looks like we got a ruined corpse there. Another ruined corpse of some sort. Some more clothes. Yes. some... very strange. But we've also got another variation of the Dwarven Greatsword, but this is the Brahmanda. Ooh, funky. It's mine now. But we've got another one of these tentacle statues. Inspect altar. There is another one of these unusual statues, but there are also appears to be some altars that have more of those ruined corpses laid out. What on earth is going on here? Well, I mean, I can't say your guess is as good as mine because I know what's happening. But we've had there's all these questions coming up, but with no answers, so that's always fun. But there are some ice rays again. Hit you, smash you. Right, what have we got in the barrel? Ruined hood. Sandals, robes, and clothes. Ooh, I'll take that one. I'll take that. Oh, you know what? I'll take that. You know, I'll take the hood. I'll take everything. Why not? Oh, we've got more of this stuff here, but I don't need any more of that. What? So let's carry on. And we got to carry on up here into the next area, which is the heart chamber. And here we are in the heart chamber. That's a very bright boy over there. Hello, bright boy.
Time to end this little game.
Yes. You gonna do anything? Yeah, so you do need to be careful with this person potentially because yes. Take him down, take him down, take him down. Right. No. No. So, yeah, so this guy can make multiple copies of himself, and each copy has the one of the weapons that you've been finding throughout the whole thing. So we're going to kill the main guy. Right, smack him down. So yeah, so all the weapons that we've been finding throughout this, either he has or his copies have them, basically. But yes, here we are with the Guardian Demon Ravana. So, as you can see, there are also two weapons. We have the Vajra, which is basically a pink warhammer. And then we can have a look what Ravana has. So obviously he has got the Guardian Ravana armor, boots, and the gauntlets. And we have Trishula, which is a funky looking axe. So we're going to take that. And then we got obviously his armor again, which is very bright. Very bright, very golden. And obviously, yeah, you can see now, yeah, we got the heart chamber, so it's like, well, we need to get in there. Yeah, I can run around, but, you know, there isn't much over on this side, not much in the back. Yeah, it's just a very big room. Very big room. But as you can see, we do want to have this bit here, obviously. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to press that. Alright, you just watch it all go down. And I will say that that was a freaking pain in the ass to set up. Trust me, that was an absolute nightmare for me to set up. It took me 30 ages to set that up. So hopefully you appreciate it. Cause goddamn. Anyway, enough about that. So we're gonna, you know, let's say, yeah, I'll say it doesn't really look as much going on here, but if you just come up to the pedestal, there you go, inspect pedestal. Alright, we've got a bit of a long one here, but now you might have just seen in the top corner said map update. So this does add something onto your map, which I will show you in a minute. It would appear that the Daedric Prince Hermes Moore was worshipped in this place. Are the strange runes related to the Daedric Prince? Did the mages of this place make a pact with the Daedra? It does appear that there was some kind of artifact here, but it appears to have been taken. There is nothing here to indicate what it was or where it is now. I'm at a dead end for now, so I will need to find another way to get back on the trail. But where do I search? I have heard rumours in recent days that a shrine to Mesmore was recently unearthed in the Velofi Mountains in the Windhelm to the southeast. Maybe I can find something there. It's all I have to go on at the moment, but it's better than nothing. Right. So there's a couple of bits and pieces to unpack there. So the main thing obviously you need to unpack is obviously that we are going to the Velofi Mountains. That's the main thing to unpack, really there. Now, if you're not entirely sure where the Velofi Mountains are, because I am actually using the canonical name for the mountains there. They are this is the Velofi Mountains. It's the mountain ranges on this side. That's the reason why I also mentioned about Windhelm being the southeast. It's just to help those who may not know exactly what mountain range the Velofi Mountains is. But obviously they're called the Velofi Mountains because they're on the border regions with Morrowind. So that's why they're called the Velofi Mountains. But as you can see, we have this marker here, the excavation site. So I've now got to spend 25,000 years running to the excavation site. So I will see you when I get to the excavation site, which is going to take me long enough to really get there. Right, finally made it up here. Finally made it to the excavation site. So yeah, you can see them. I think it's like, what's it called there? I think it's like Kagranzal. I think it's Kagranzal. That's up there where you can see that little bit of light. So yeah, we're sort of near that area basically. Right, let's go now and look inside the shrine excavation. Alright, and here we are inside. There to be people. He does not go down around the fight. Well, I'm gonna hit him. Alright. These ruined figures are weird. Look at that, he's weird. But, you know, he's also got some of that weird plate armor and some different boots. I'm gonna take your boots. I'm not gonna take your armor. I don't need your actual armor. Alright, can I? Oh, okay, this guy's apparently a bit of a coward. Apparently. Alright, go on now.
I'll see you in pieces.
There you won't. Alright. So he's got some mimic plate armor based off the Daedric armor. So we're gonna take all of that. And that's about it. And you can see here is a mannequin. He's just a ruined figure. Now, unfortunately, there is a bit of a bug, but I'm not entirely sure what's causing it. It's just basically when you kill these guys, they don't fall down. That might be because they're technically to a degree they are a mannequin of sorts. But what can I do? Not a lot. Now. But the main thing you really got to think about here is this bit here, because obviously we've got some gates. We can't open the gates, we have to get them opened up somehow. And we have this. So we've got some pull chains. We've got an owl, the dragon, and as the butterfly. I don't know, is that a moth or a butterfly? I'm going to say moth. That's what I'm going to refer. That's what I'm going to say that is. I'm going to say that's a moth. But we've got 3 chains. You've got 3 chains there, 3 chains there, and 3 chains there. So it's like, okay, well, it's obviously there's some kind of combination. Thing is, though, there's nothing here that can really give an indication to the actual combination. So you've got to sort of like put things together a little bit. So we're going to take the torch. And we're going to get the torch out. But as you can see, we've got candles. So we've got 1 lit here, 2 lit here, and then 3 lit down here. Now that's to kind of give an indication. So we got 1, 2, and 3. So if we look at it as on the chains, 1, 2, and 3. Alright. So we so from that you can kind of work out. Okay, so each chain corresponds to a number. So that means there must be numbers. So you got 1, 2, and 3. So okay, then the number corresponds to a chain, which then the chain you have to pull corresponds to which chain you have to pull corresponds to the amount of owls there are, the amount of dragons there are, the amount of moths there are. Right. Now, if you don't want the combination, as I'm not going to look around for it, because as you can see, there's a dragon thing here. So, you can see that you will need to find them to solve the thing. So, if you do not want to hear the combination, skip ahead by about 5 seconds, starting from now. So the combination is 2, 3, 2. Alright, so if you skipped it because you want to work it out yourself, as you can see, we've got it open now. So we are going to go down, and instantly we can see, alright, here's a bit of Hermes Mora. Lovely. There's also some people down there. Hello, people. I like people. Let's go and say hello to people. 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 Ba 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 ba. Alright.
Over here.
Yes, we got some unknown figures. Ow. I'm gonna kill you. And then we're going to whoop. We're gonna grab you. And we're gonna launch it. But I'm gonna do it again. And we're gonna go. And then we're just gonna finish him off. Right. There's a reason why I obviously want to make sure that he doesn't bug out. So we got two different figures. We got two unknown figures here. So obviously this guy has got some mimic plate armor, but also a ruined ring on him. Randomly a ruined ring. But the thing is though, who is this unknown figure? Alright, if we take that off. Oh my god, it's Nazim. We got a Nazim. Don't know why we got a Nazim, but we got well, I know why we got a Nazim, but it's a Nazim. Okay, so who's the other figure then? Who is the other unknown figure? Well, he's got a key to basement, so we're gonna need that. So we're gonna take that. And he's got that armor we already had. Another ring. He's got some boots. He's also got a hood. I've already got the hood, but I'm gonna take it off. And oh, why would you look at that? Oh, actually, he's got a slightly different armor. Why are we gonna take that anyway? But because it works for me. But look, it's a Bellafor. Dun dun dun. Naked Bellafor and a Nazim. Mysterious. But now it kind of looks like there's nothing here. So what do we do bloody now? I mean, okay, you can't interact with any of this because this part because well, you can't. But if you try to look at the wall, inspect unusual wall. Right. So this doesn't add anything, but it gives you a clue where you need to go next. I can't read what the words on the wall and can't translate them. Yeah, basically, you can't fucking do anything with it. You're fucked. I do believe, though, that it's not the direct source of the strange ruins, but I do think it is a step closer. The two men that were here also were armoured in the strange runes, and there were also two of the strange ruined wooden figures. What is their purpose? Are the wooden figures blank canvases or something? For something, you know. The two armoured men looked familiar to me. If I recall, I have seen their faces before in Whiterun. Maybe I should go to Whiterun and see what I can find there, as I believe the Breton had a general store within the city, so maybe I can find something there. So, now that we've killed Bellafor, we need to go back to Whiterun and go and check out Bellafor's shop. Now I will see you all in Whiterun. Alright, so we're back in Whiterun. Just had to deal with the Dawn Guard guy. But so yeah, so that last message suggested about going to well, it was talking about Bellafor. It was talking about the Breton, because they never actually referred to him by name, but we know his name. So we're going to have a look at Bellafor's general goods. And here we are, we find Bellafor. We don't care about you, Sigurd. You suck. We don't care about you. But we find a Bellafor. Okay. Very unusual. Two Bellafor. Maybe an evil twin brother. Dun dun dun. But we did find that basement key. So the question is where is Bellafor's basement? So Bellafor's basement is actually technically it's only just over here. Here we go. Shop basement requires key. Yeah, I could have just done the ring of unlocking on this thing, but obviously I'm going to show you the whole damn thing. Alright, there we are. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh. Dead rat. Right. Well, you've got a rat falling out the ceiling there. Yeah. Yeah, alright, so we're in a basement. Doesn't look much like much is going on down here at the moment. I mean, there are a lot of barrels, has to be said, but there's storage, a couple of rats, and another dead Bellafor. A half-naked dead Bellafor. Inspector body. Okay, okay. That's 3 copies of Bellafor now. Let's see what the hell's going on. I believe that this may have been the original shop owner. He has been dead for some time now, by the looks of it, and the smell in the room is just horrendous. Death would be favoured right now. But I can't be sure if this is not one of these doppelgangers that I have been running into lately. So yeah, as you can kind of gather, it's you're running into, you keep bumping into like the same people, or at least with Bellafor, because you got Bellafor here, you got Bellafor upstairs, and you had Bellafor on the excavation site. So you're bumping into the same person multiple times. So there are some doppelgangers. But the question is he the original or is he a doppelganger? Is the guy up there the original or the doppelganger? Was the other one that you want to get? So the original or a doppelganger? You know, who's bloody you? But there is this. So obviously there was had to be something down there, and here we are with the Grimoire of Darkness. So finally, it's time to go to Apocrypha. Alright, so we all knew this was coming. Obviously, we all knew that Apocrypha was coming up in this. Since we had it come appearing, or start appearing in the Hyperborea. What? Oh, there's technicals there actually as well. Kill the Seeker! Go you Seeker! Now, here we are with the Prince's Hammer, which is a book, and Angel's Playtime. Okay, so we've got a fancy looking weapon here. So this weapon was the idea of Jessica, who was one of the people who helped on here. Sometimes she has been known as Talia, the Ice Princess, but they know who they are. She knows who she is. All here, all there, all them. Depends on how they like to identify themselves as. Because people these days, they like to identify themselves in their own way, which is all good and fine and dandy. So we're going to have a look at Angel's Playtime in a second. Actually, we'll have a look at it now before we go into the book. So Angel's Playtime. There we go. The funky looking hammer. And right, so 50% chance of each element of fire, frost, on shock to do 20 points of damage. Absorb 50 points of health. Absorb 50 points of magicka. Absorb 50 points of stamina. So it does pack a bit of a punch. But it does also come with its own little storybook as well. That it ties into the story itself. But if you want to read it, I'm gonna let you lot to pause it if you want to read it. It's not a long book, lucky enough. So, strange. But as far as what I did with one of the ones earlier, I'm gonna read you the first paragraph just to give you a little taster. The story of the Angel's Playtime is just as odd as the hammer's name itself. The story is of a hammer, an orc, and an even smaller orc, which is some tellings of the story. The small orc is said to be an imp, but in this book you will be told the original telling. And so it's about a hammer, an orc, and a small orc. Lots and lots of orcs. Carry on. Whoop. Get that whip away. Yeah, alright, you keep whipping. Climb your tits, Mr. Tentacle. Oh, you're still going anyway. Alright, what else? Hi there, lurker. Oh, in the face. Right. There we go there. I got a bit of money. I'll take your necklace. Let's carry on. Carry on through the grimoire darkness. Grimoire of darkness. Yeah, I didn't go very far. I was just over there. Ow. Bloody fucking hentai tentacles. So, I was just over there. Now I'm over here. Let's carry on, shall we? Lots of hentai tentacles. Whiffing. My gold. Oh yeah, one thing you don't really want to do here is fall in the water. Because if I can remember correctly, I have set up water that if you fall in it, you basically pretty much die straight away. You're pretty much a dead person if you fall in the water. So, piece of advice, don't fall in the water. There's another lurker up here? Yes. There was. There isn't anymore. I'll take your money, and I'm going to take the necklace. But up here we have another weapon. The Vorpal Star. But not just the bow itself, we also have some star drift arrows. So we're going to take the arrows. We're going to take the Vorpal Star, and as in the same as Angel's Playtime, there is also a book that accommodates with the bow. Alright, but first off, before we have a look at that, let's have a look. So, where are you looking? So, Star Drift arrows, they don't do it crazy, they're just like a redesigned arrow a little bit. But when they do, if you fire one off and you fire one into a wall or something, it will create a little bit of light for you. It's not a very big light at all, so it's not practical. It's just an aesthetic. But the Vorpal Star. So the Vorpal Star, 50% chance of each elemental of fire, frost, and shock to do 20 points of damage. Target is paralyzed for 5 seconds. But the odd thing about the Vorpal Star is that it's see-through. It's a see-through bow. So take that as you bloody will, I suppose, isn't it? But alright, so let's have a look at the book again. So we've got this book again. Bada bing, bada boom. Again, it's another short one. So if you want to pause it here, there you go. And if you want to pause it here, there we go. As for the other one, I will read the first paragraph, though obviously the first paragraph on this is pretty short. The Vorpal Star was said to have been created using a star that had fallen from the sky when ancient Norse defeated Alduin. Now, if that doesn't intrigue you for the story, I don't know what will. But the Vorpal Star, the arrows, and this story was a idea and contribution made by Spirit. Now, we are going to go for the next book, which is going to take us over there. just gonna kind of charge through this bit, smack you around a little bit. Got another lurker to take out. That's him down. Gonna take your money. We're gonna take you out. I'm not gonna worry about that one too much. Now, before I go over there to deal with that dude, one a piece of advice is be wary of his axe because it does have the insta kill enchantment on it. So there is a chance that you can be one shotted. Even if you're at a high level, there's still a chance you might get one shotted. So just be wary. So run it and just smack him. And here we are, we got Charon. Yes, he does go a bit funny when you kill him, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. But we have Charon. But two things we want to get off Charon. We got his ore. Technically it's just a big axe, but the Ferryman's ore. This was, I think this was, if I can remember correctly, this wasn't, I can't remember if this was a combination idea between me and Oral, or if it was just Oral. I can't remember. I think it might have been a joint idea, but I can't remember. But either way, the Ferryman's ore. Hits have a small chance of an instant kill. Targets takes 20 points of shock damage and extra magic damage. Boosh! But there's something unique about this, which I'll show you in a second. And then we got Charon's Obel. We're going to want that. Now, technically, with Charon's Obel, if you don't get the one off him, there are actually some here as well. Yeah, they have no weight, but they have no value. But there is a reason why we need those obels. But just before we carry on, just want to show you just one little... It doesn't change anything about the act itself or anything like that. It's just a little detail that if you hit something, you get that happen. That doesn't add anything else to it in the ways of an effect or anything like that. It's just an aesthetic thing, which I think is just a nice little detail. Since the ore itself is shock based. Now I could take all of these, but I can't be bloody bothered. So screw that idea. Now the reason why we need the obel is to get through this door. Yes, I can unlock it with the bloody thing. I want to do it with the requires key, which is the Charon's Obel, but the ones that are on the barrel next to the door will also work on this door, not just the one that Charon is holding. Then after that, we need to go into the Oppenheim Old Way. Right, you can probably hear... Sounds like there's something big in here. That's because there is. It's called a dragon. Now, obviously, he died pretty quickly, but again, I'm using a sword that does that much damage. So, I am basically nothing is going to survive. Now, we want to grab these bones. Technically, we want to grab all of them. There is a reason, and that reason will become apparent later on. Now, we're obviously coming up this way. Here we are. We go to Oppenheim. Now, here is a late edition. It's a little detail. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, so it's definitely pretty obviously apparent that there are doppelgangers. Or at least there is one set of doppelgangers, and this seems to be based off doppelgangers. Hence what's called Cuckoo. Now, I'm going to put a thing at the top of the screen. If you don't want to find out this detail, and you want to discover this detail on your own, you can skip ahead to basically what time it says at the top of the screen now to avoid this bit. If not, then right, let's teach you something, shall we? So obviously thing is based off doppelgangers, and cuckoos are obviously a bird that is an invasive bird into a bird's nest with the whole eggs and their chicks and this that, and the other. Basically, they're lazy parents, basically. Uh, and obviously, you've come across Bellator, and obviously we've come across Nazim. So it was obviously their copies, because I think we've seen Nazim alive as well. So the question is, who else, if there is anyone else, could possibly be a doppelganger or a cuckoo in disguise? Now, if you're someone who's actually intrigued to figure out who it is, there's two ways to do this. You can either one, literally just go and fucking kill everybody, or pickpocket everybody to see if anyone has any kind of ruined item on them, or anything like that, a ruined ring, or gauntlets, or whatever. But there's an easier way. If you go behind this, and then go up to here, and then behind here, as you can see, we got many corpses of people. Many dead people. Now, I'm not going to look at every single person, because I will be here all day. These are just gives you a nice little idea of who the hell is actually a cuckoo, or a doppelganger, whichever term you prefer to use, and who isn't. So, I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time on actually looting some of these bodies, because some of these people might actually have something interesting on them. So, I will be back in a minute. Well, in a second for you lot, technically. And we will carry on into Oppenheim. Here we are in Oppenheim. Which is this is pretty much the last area for us. We gotta go around. We gotta go and kill some people. Oh, bang! And he's down. Can I not search him? Nope. He's a guy I can't search. I killed him so badly, his pockets closed. Aha, hello buddy. Oh, no. So as you can see, we got a few more of these dead guys there. And some tentacles. Why whippity whip. So obviously what we're gonna do is what we're gonna need to do is we need to go up here. Don't want to take any of these. Actually, I don't think any of these are skill books, are they? No, they're just simple basic books. Oh well, we're just gonna go through this one. And now we're up here. Hello! Yeah, beautiful world. Nothing. Alright, cool. Right, so we can either go left or we can go right. I'm just gonna quickly just go over here. Stab that guy through the face. See, he won't go down. Go down, you bastard. But yeah, we can either go left or we can go right. If we go left, that takes us to actually where we kind of do need to go next. So I'm just gonna actually just take some stuff out of here, but I can. But what I do want to do, though, first, is I actually do want to go to the right. I mean, there's another guy here, so I'm just going to smack him in the face. And then we're going to go here, to the Reconstitution Chamber. And if you come here, it's suddenly bloody Attack on Titan. So we are here with a Flesh Titan. Screw you. But here we have a new sword called the Flesh Rotter. Absorbs 10 points of health, a blood freeze poison that does 20 points of damage to health and stamina per second. Ooh, Flesh Rotter. Oh, hello, buddy. Alright, come here. Okay. Another Titan. You know what? We're gonna have 2 flesh rotters because I'm greedy. Alright. So now that we've taken them out, as you can see, you can start kind of see the scale of the whole doppelganger situation here. It's a very large scale operation. The thing is though, who the hell was actually doing it? Who was doing all this operation? Alright. Alright, if we go over here. Do cuckoos dream of magical sheep? Now, Oral Cool J, he was the one who came up with he was the one who came up with this story. It is very short. You know, it is a very short story. He did explain to me some of the references because there's some references to other things in this, but I kind of already forgot what they were. So you might be able to play. You might be able to understand it and understand the play on words a little bit if you read it. But as you can see, yeah, again, it's not very long. But so yeah, Bruce, the bog standard. Pause it to read it when you're in your own time, kind of thing, if you want to. And again, I will also basically read the first paragraph. People have dreams, even animals have dreams, but not cuckoos. These are just puppets, empty doppelgangers, and an imitation of life. Very possibly a little bit philosophical, maybe. Another thing we do also notice is this bloody weird thing. Damn, that's a weird looking thing. But if you do go up to it, inspect pulsating statue. Okay, so this is the last sort of investigate point. This is the last one, pretty much. This strange, ungodly statue speaks in my mind and is obsessed with my flesh. I have never seen anything like this before, and I suspect I never will again. Even though the statue seems to be speaking, there is no way for me to talk back to it, to see if I can get any answers from it. Due to the amount of strange rune statues that appear to be within the area, my best guess is that this is the source of the power that brings the rune statues to life, or at least possibly acts as a form of conduit. I hope that somewhere in this strange place I can find some information on this statue, so then I can find a way to destroy it, or at least bring an end to these rune statues from coming to life. So, weird, hearty statue. Lovely. Alright, so let's go. Alright, calm your tit. Right, let's just sort you out here. Is that where you wanted to go? Alright, anyway, let's carry on. Alright, you might have noticed a name in that do Cuckoo's dream of magical sheep. You may have noticed a name in there. I'm not going to say what the name is, because if you missed it, then you're either going to have to wait until near the end, or stop and go back. What we got up here? Well, up here we have another Titan. Oh! Alright, and that's that time down. Now, I could get another flesh rotter. Yeah, why not? I'll have another flesh rotter. They seem to like following me, these damn bloody things. And I want to come with you. Can I come with you? But no, you fucking can't. Don't leave me the fuck alone. The way we go. Carry on. It's very late at night, just let you know. Alright. And very odd loopy room. Oh, tentacles. And then we got this fucker. Can I grab you? Oh, I can't go. Oh, you can still hit me? How are you still hitting me? How about no? Okay, well that's strange. Most of the time that immobilizes the target that's held. That's how it did it. That thing was still able to attack. Okay. Very strange. Oh, I'm gonna have your money. Why did you go? Ooh, waning magic, I love that. I don't want to steal plate. I'll take it so I can learn the enchantments at least, I suppose. Yeah, alright, cool. Oh, random shit. Alright, a little bit of trivia about this one, about the Lurker Harbinger. Normally, in the creation kit, Lurkers tend to be male. They're based off of male. They're never ticked off as a female. This one, the Harbinger, has actually been ticked off as a female. And there is actually a small difference between the female and the male models. I don't know why they didn't use the female models. I think it might have been a texture thing, I think, possibly. But if you select female when creating a lurker, this is for anyone who's actually who actually makes models using the creative kill, whatever kind of thing. If you select female, I think it slightly makes a small alteration to their hands or their feet. I think I can't remember quite exactly, but the main difference is to their head. On the male model, the head sits lower down, but if you set it to be female, the head suddenly sort of like straightens up a bit and goes higher. But in doing that, it does slightly stretch out the neck of the model, but it doesn't break the model. So you can technically make lurkers female, and they do actually look a tiny little bit different. So that's a little bit of trivia for you. But now that we're done with this one, we can just get you to go off the edge and into what is the final room of this mod. So we gotta go to the heart chamber. And unfortunately this guy can summon Ravenar as well. Alright. But this guy. Alright. Now, look at that name. Remember the book. And remember, did you see the guy waiting in the cities? Right. But this name. Cuckoo. See now. I knew. You're probably wondering, wait a minute. I've seen that name before and it wasn't in the book. I saw him somewhere else in the video. You'll be correct. You did. Technically, you saw him twice. At least twice. Possibly even 3 times in the video. But the prominent time was all the way back in the college of Winterhold. Because if I take his stuff and we look at his face, does he look familiar? Think back to the man in the college of Winterhold. Does the name, is it all coming back to you now? Yep, so this guy is actually... Well, at the end of it, he was the bad guy. He was the one who wrote the journal that we found in Hyperborea. He also has a journal on him. He's the one who's basically creating all the cuckoos. He is the big bad. And it does get explained all within this. His journal. Again, it's a fairly long read. So, again, we're going to do the whole pausing thing. So, so you can then read it for yourself in your own time. Bada bing, bada boom. Carry on. Now, the statue that is down below is mentioned in this book, and the statue is: I have continued to feed the contrivance of flesh, for it to absorb the knowledge, personalities, and appearance of its meals to be applied to my new batch of doppelgangers. And come to the last paragraph, which I will actually read the last paragraph because it does tie into something else. I probably just hit my microphone then. Sorry. But yeah, so this gives you basically explains about everything that's been going on, some of the details that were not explained, and kind of how these cuckoos are coming to life and how they're brought to life. Technically, you don't need to do anything with that weird statue thing. You don't need to break it. You don't need to destroy it, because as long as this guy's not doing anything, then nothing's gonna happen. But right, I'm gonna just read this last paragraph here. So, this new batch will now be known as Cuckoos. With my cookers, I will get the respect and admiration I deserve. Basically, I think he just wanted respect. He was a bit of a dick to people, and he had problems of some sort. My final task is to fulfill my end of the bargain to Hermes Mora. Yeah, because he made a pact with Hermes Mora. In this, as it explains in the book, he did make a pact for the knowledge to make the cuckoos. So my final task is to fulfill my end of the bargain to Hermes Mora and find the locations of the 5 elemental worms, and then share this knowledge with a former blade who is, or at least was, aiding an individual known as the Dragonborn. Time has been fleeting since entering Apocrypha, so I am unsure of what time has passed by back on Nern. So basically, Hermes Mora is still interested in gaining knowledge of what is most likely going to be of stuff to do with like the Foom and dragon language and this and that. Kind of, he has that empty knowledge in his library and he wants it. So that's the kind of deal that Kukabika has made with Hermes Mora. But right. Now I would say, well, that's it. Well, we're not. That's not it yet. We still got a couple of things. We still got a couple of things to do. So the first thing to do is this: try a mental. We're going to grab that staff. So if we have a look at the staff, where are we? Down here. Right, the funky staff. So try a mental. Lightning that does 30 points of shock damage to health and magicka per second. A gap of fire that does 15 points per second. Targets on fire taking out damage. A blast of cold that does 15 points of damage per second to health and stamina. So basically, it's a trio elemental. So basically, it's the three main elements of destruction, all rolled into one staff. He also did have basically some armors. So we got the beryllium rune boots, beryllium rune gauntlets. What else we got? We also had the mask of the flesh. Yeah, you want to put that on your face. Increases your magic by 50 points. Destruction spells cost 20% last cast. Restoration spells cost 20% cast. And there should be one more thing somewhere. It's in this area. So, Psychronumial Runed Robes. And here we are. I mean, I can't run. Let's just see if we can get a bit of light here. That'll have to do. And there you go. So this stuff is all it is a light armor, but it's unenchanted, so you can enchant it with whatever the hell you want, basically. But right, there is still one thing left to do, but for that I do need to actually leave this entire area and find myself a forge. So I'll be back once I've found myself a forge.
Struggles our suffering.
Ah, no, back in Whiterun, it's easy to, obviously it's going to be easy enough for me to find a forge here. So all I've got to do is go down here. And there you go, forge. I mean, look at you, you're talking to nobody. Well, you're not talking at all, but you're still standing like a pleb. Alright, so yeah, blah 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 blah. Obviously, we got no more stuff. Now, if we go down to. There we are. Oh, I've got two different variations of Soul Rune. Okay. I think that might be a bug. Oh, what? Not to worry. You can actually create yourself a Soul Rune. I mean, you're only going to be able to create one variation of it, so. Because of the bones. Well, technically, you can actually create two. No? There's two different ways you can. Apparently, there's two different ways you can do this. You can either create. Right, I'm going to create one for a second. And we are going to go into here. And I'll do all that. Okay. So, we do have Soul Rune. Now, this is going to be actually, it has to be something that I am actually going to have to fix. Which, lucky enough, this does die in with something else that I need to do with this mod that was brought up to me. So, there will be a update coming soon. Because what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to really be, is that you're supposed to be able to make it with that and then improve it with that. But you know what I might just do actually, you know what, screw it. I'm going to delete that recipe, keep that recipe so people can make two variations of the sword. There you go. Screw it. But Soul Rune. If the target dies within 5 seconds, fills a soul gem, absorbs 10 points of health, does 10 points of magic damage. There you go. Boom. I'm going to have two variations of Soul Rune. Why not? Fuck it. Let's have a look. So, Soul Rune. There we go. There is Soul Rune. Lovely jubbly. Oh, you lot are standing there now. Oh, lovely. But yeah, so there you go. Soul Rune. The last piece of the puzzle, which was not meant to be like that, but fuck it. you can either do it the long, hard, complicated way, or you can have a bit of fun. Yeah. Alright, so that is it. That is it for Cuckoo. Obviously, I haven't gone like massively in depth with the story on this one, but that's because I want to give a walkthrough on it, but I also want you to read the story yourself, kind of thing. But obviously, I've done the main parts that's actually to do with the actual mod in the way of how you get through it, rather than finding out its backstory. But yeah, so that is it for this one. So this was Cuckoo, and this was a joint mod between Oracle J, Spider78, Spirit, Jessica, and myself. And hopefully you do enjoy the mod. If you do decide to play it for yourself, you know, to basically to go and find out who, if you didn't see who the other cuckoos are, to then go and find out who those cuckoos actually are. Or if you just like, or if you just think like, oh, I really like how those items look, I want them, then you can download it for that. You know, bada bing, bada boom. Happy days for everybody. Alright, so that's it for this one. So if you did enjoy the video, why not leave a like? And if you want to see more videos of me checking out mods in Skyrim and all that jazz, why not subscribe to the channel? So then you can find my Skyrim playlist and other videos I've done, and also you're more likely will see future uploads in your feed or whatever you want to call it. This, that, and the other, all that wonderful, lovely stuff. So if you got any mods that you want me to check out, let me know in the comments below. Or what you can do, here's an idea, is you can go to the description. In the description there will be a link in there to my Discord, which on my Discord, again, you can leave suggestions for mods for future videos. You can ask me questions about modding in general. You can also just find out what the hell I'm actually up to, or just generally chat. It's a little hang-up place for everybody. There are, obviously, I do have some other modders who are also on this server as well, so if there are any modding questions that I don't know the answer to, there may be someone on there who will be able to answer your question for you. But, right, so that is it for this video. It's time for me to get out of here, so until next time, I'll see you all later.
He should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought